My name is Shannon Branham. I'm the head guide for the K-Bar-T Ranch on the White River near Meeker, Colorado. We're going to be tying a yellow Sally in a Trude style today. The hook I like to use for this is an Umpqua U203 in a size 14. For the little red butt, I just use a pale red thread starting just past halfway back on the hook. Start and wrap back to about the barb, wrap back forward. Whip finish this red thread here. Trim it off. For the rest of the body, I like a pale yellow. Any yellow will probably do. Start at the eye, work your way back. Covering up about half of the red. You don't want to really cover the red up. You want it to bleed through a little bit. From that point, wrap forward to about 3/4 of the way, or to where your thorax is going to start. Then wrap back over it a couple more times just to fill in the body. Probably can't see it on there, but you'll be able to start seeing that red bleed through the yellow. When the fly gets damp or wet, it'll really bleed through and give it a iridescent appearance. I like a little flash underneath my wing. For this, I like the crystal flash in a lime green. Four to six strands is usually enough. Tie it in right at the back of the thorax. Cinch it down good. I like to go one wrap behind just to kind of lock it in. I trim my crystal flash just a little longer than the hook itself to just past the bend. At this point we're going to put a little dye or bleached elk for the wing itself. Pinch the tips in your finger, you can pull all the excess out. Hackle in your stacker. I like my wing to be just a little bit less than the length of the crystal flash. If you make a couple loose loops and then pull up, do that 3 to 4 or 5 times till it's snug. Trim off the excess. If you go back over the little where you've cut the elk, run back through it a few times. It'll help lock down your wing. I like to go one wrap behind again, just to help stand up your wing a little bit and lock it in. For the hackle, I like to use a very light cream. I don't know if you'll be able to see that worth a damn or not. Tie that in right at the wing. Right there. For dubbing, to fill in the rest of the thorax, we'll use a Montana Flies Wabbit dub in a yellow. I like a little paler color yellow. You don't need much. All we're doing is covering up the mess that we created with the elk. Pinch this down pretty tight. Make a couple wraps just to get it set. Again, I like to go behind everything just to get it to stand up and fill in the bottom of the body. Wrap forward a little bit more. I like a little bit of a taper on the thorax. Then wrap your hackle one full turn, and then 2 evenly spaced moving forward. And tie off your hackle. At this point, I like to try to pull all the fibers back if I can, as much as I can, and build a small head, just a little bit. Clean it up and trim off a few of these stray hairs here. Then whip finish. Trim it off. Spread my wing out just a little bit. I also like to cut the bottom off of the hackles about even with the hook barb. Personal preference, do what you like. But that's a Yellow Sally tied in the Trude style. Pretty effective pattern on the White River. I have great luck with it. Hope this helps. Look me up on the White at the K-Bar T. We'll go fishing. Thanks.